This podcast was recorded in front of live studio cats.
Hello and welcome to Against the Algorithm. My name is Malik Gale. Hope you're having a fantastic day, week, month, century. We escalate here at Against the Algorithm. Either way, hope you're having a fantastic time out there. If you have been keeping up with the show, it might be a little bit quiet, but hey, we're getting this thing back on the air. There's a little bit of turbulence. We're here. We're good. We're fantastic. Anyways, if you are new to the show, what the show is about is I get to sit down and talk to creatives I love in all sorts of mediums, from art, music, everything I love, to talk to them about the creative process and how they got to where they are today. And this week, this is a really fun, interesting one, because while the intro typically says this podcast is recorded in front of live studio cats, it was recorded in a studio. It was not recorded in front of cats. This week on the show, we have the band Pangea from Connecticut. They are absolutely amazing. They're in this Afrobeat kind of lane. They're masters at their craft. They're amazing musicians. They do amazing work. And I got the personal treat to be able to go in during one of their rehearsals and actually just see them write new songs, practice songs, and get an inner working of the band. And then after all of that was said and done, being able to sit down with them and talk to them about their career, their journey. Please check out their debut album, Pangea Worldbeat, on wherever you stream music, or, buying a vinyl will help them and support them as well. But awesome band, amazing. I may have given them a little bit of interview juice, so this conversation does get really interesting. I won't elaborate further than that, but I feel like you'll have a fun time. A little bit loosey-goosey one compared to our typical ones, but fantastic nonetheless. I'll come back at the end to do some house cleaning, that typical follow some blah, blah, blah. But sit back, relax, and enjoy my conversation with Pangea.
All right, Malik is about to teach stuff.
Okay, well, hello, class. Welcome. Typically, I record this in my living room, and so this is very, very strange to have a whole audience in the group just surrounding me. But welcome back to the podcast. It's not often I get the chance to see firsthand or just get a quick reminder why I'm interviewing a person or a group I'm interviewing. And I got that perfect example by sneaking in to this for a band rehearsal. So I am so excited to be here interviewing Pangea.
Hey.
I was going to say, you guys have to say something. Just not just say all of that. And it's just
hey, man, you can't see us.
Tough crowd.
Didn't expect that one.
Nice. That was impressive.
But before we get too deep into it, there are 7 members in this band, and I feel like if we don't introduce everybody, it might get a little tricky to have names to faces. So we're gonna go high school route of say your name, what you play in the band, and then we're gonna actually start the real interview.
Here we go.
So, Mike.
Hey, I'm Mike and I play bass.
Hey, I'm Nick and I play keys.
Hey, I'm Chris. I play drums.
Hey, I'm Will, and I play whatever's in front of me.
I'm Jeff. I play guitar.
I am Sam Mendez, conguero, and percussion.
I'm George, and I'm the saxophonist.
And with that, because everyone made that super painless and super easy, I have a reward for all of you. I did not come empty-handed.
We have a hero on the
I was holding it for a minute.
We got some.
It's like you know us.
For everyone in podcast land, it's interview juice. That's what we're gonna call it.
Nick, need a photo.
Pass that around.
Yeah, pass it around. It'll help the interview
Counterclockwise.
vibe out.
Are my eyelashes big enough?
There we go.
Thanks.
We'll
Thank
do a
you so
little,
much.
podcast
Podcast
picture post.
And so I've got to say, I love you guys. Your music is
love you.
so fucking amazing. And being able to sit in and hear not just you play, but also just improvise and just, as Mike said, fart out songs. I mean, is so cool to be able to have that opportunity and see that. And I feel like it's a great chance to I want to be able to just sit and talk a little bit about the process, you guys writing, performing as much as possible, as much as I eat into your rehearsal time by just be sitting here on your couch, more or less. So the first thing I want to talk about is the debut album that came out about how long ago? A month or two?
Less than 2 months.
May 31st.
Yeah, it was big.
May
Less than 3 months.
It's felt like forever, guys.
It was
need
May. It
another
was
one.
May 31st. It is timeless.
And yeah, we played at Park City Music Hall. We had a big show. We headlined, and we had our buddies from Armo, Afrobeat, open up, and they're members of Antibalas, which is an Afrobeat band based out of New York City.
Yeah, TV on the radio.
Two Bob
Two-Bop
Crew,
Crew.
their bass player. So yeah, the album came out in May
That's
May
two
31st
Bob crew, not two live crew.
Yeah.
Just to be
Just
clear, just to be absolutely
on
clear.
vinyl, only vinyl
Only vinyl?
Well, it's on Spotify,
as far as physical, but it's on streaming
Fair.
platforms.
It's on all the places.
And so, all of you play and jam out a little bit. I wanted to ask, in terms of like recording something and putting something on for a record, what's the process of like taking these songs that you're workshopping and refining and fine tuning and saying, okay, this is what ends up on the record. This is what we end up like using to represent the band, especially as like the first outing.
Yeah, I think I'll take this one. I'm going to
Sure.
toot Jeff's horn on this. So
Speak up.
we kind of like, in terms of the writing question, I think we just try not to overthink things and try to like create content and like be prolific writers of music and try to create a ton of music. It's kind of the ethos of the band. But in terms of the actual logistics and like the actual documentation of the art, I have to say Jeff is probably one of the most instrumental members of this group. He ran sound at FTC for over a decade and has done a lot with sound engineering. So he actually was kind enough to lend the band all of his gear, and we sat in a living room in our friend's house and did it ourselves. And poor Jeff, we made him run every cable, test every mic, get everything situated, and then made him jump on and play some nasty solos. And he's just an incredible contributor to this group, and we wouldn't be where we are now today without his efforts and contributions. So I have to say,
Amen.
Jeff is a very,
Jeff.
MVP.
very big part of that whole recording effort and our ability to create and push content out in the way that we want to and in the quantity that we want to.
Can I be romantic for a second?
Go be
About-
lovey-dovey as much as you want.
About the recording process. We recorded it. I have a friend named Gary, and he has a house that was an old tobacco barn that he converted into his house, and the acoustics in there are absolutely phenomenal. And I have a group, a record listening club, and we listen to music in there all the time. And I was just like, dude, can we record our album in here? And he was thrilled to do it. And just a little more detail about the recording of this particular album. We recorded 14 songs in the course of 2 days.
That was a career record for me
that was-
personally. I've
yeah.
done.
When we've told other musicians that, they think we're absolutely crazy.
I mean, I think you're absolutely crazy right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, if you think about it in a nutshell, we just took this room to a really nice room that sounded great, that's large, and I think it was just a mindset of getting out of the practice room to like just somewhere magical, which it was. And then literally we just did this, set this up, all our gear, and just played, and that's it, and just let it roll on the multi-track.
Yeah. We're a live recording band. We all
Yeah.
just play at the same time. We don't come in to the studio one at a time and record our pieces. We play together. That's where we get our energy, and that's why it came out the way it did. And
Absolutely.
also, Jeff.
Well, it started like back. I joined last year in April. We played for the summer, wrote some songs, and then towards the fall, Chris kind of like started a conversation of like, where should we record? Blah blah blah. What do we do? How do we approach this? Because this band just didn't have any like really content laid out, recorded, and I kind of just said, "Hey man, I have a lot of stuff, and I think we should just make it happen. Just put it all together."
And now it's
all
the
the
model.
gear.
Yeah.
And
Now
us.
it's like we have a yearly model for how we're going to continue to like do business next year. We're always backlined music. We record for the coming season in January. We release a single at the end of the year to like cap out the year, and we kind of just ride the wave of all the new music that comes. And hopefully this next one is going to be like a double record, or, like a full length, like 14 song thing. We got like 20 something in the chamber right now, and a lot of those are for year 3, year 4.
Wait, so you're
We got a 5-year plan.
so you're really like mapping it out that far in advance of just like, okay.
Oh
this is
yeah,
something
no,
that-
absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
do you feel like it's important to really map out like, okay, like I need like this is something that people need to know like once we get to a certain point in the band and we've acquainted ourselves with live shows and the other body of work, like it feels important for like certain songs to be presented in a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think at
Absolutely.
this point, like we're doing sound checks and we're creating songs during that process. Like just tonight, we just added like 3 or 4 into the chamber because we just at this point we can just anticipate what each person does. Like when I would like I hear Chris playing something fast and crazy with some 16th notes, and then I sort of try to mimic that on my horn. It's like a conversation we're having basically. And when we first started, we were sort of getting our groove, getting our finding ways to read each other. At this point, I think like I said,
It's just a glance.
yeah, it's literally
Yeah.
just you just anticipate and you just read each other. And I think
And part of that is recording everything, being able to listen back to it like every week. Our group chat is just insane. Oh my god, it's nuts.
I've been looking at this
Like
thing
so
rolling.
much stuff in there.
Like
You know what? I bought this 4 years ago. It's the first generation M1 chip from Apple, and it just fucking works.
I'm surprised this
I
shit.
spent the $2,500. I was like, fuck it. I had an old one that was like 12 years old that was like floppy and shit. And it's just a machine. It's just fucking tank.
Conservatively, how
I'll
much
let that
raw
roll
audio
for, like-
do you just have of just like these rehearsals?
That computer's getting full, and both of my externals are like getting chunky.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Time
spend
to
like
buy
a few $100s on rent just for all the music. You know, it's like
Well,
a
your
new
sister
scan
your
disc
sister
every
has
year.
That 4 terabyte one.
Exactly. I mean, well, hey, that's the next level. That's next year, Christmas.
So you know what that means? That means people should go out and buy Pangea merch so they can buy that rent.
That really helps
appreciate
the
that.
artist, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
And so I wanted to shift a little bit over because we were talking just about like building that groove, building that just momentum of like seeing that glance and knowing what someone's gonna say, what someone's gonna do, and building that, as someone else said, that groove tapestry. I do my research. We're Pangea. Of course we have to know.
Yes.
Yeah, he dug deep on that one. Man.
In terms of influences, because it's 7 people in this band, what are some influences you feel like people might not expect when they're first hearing the band and seeing see you guys perform? Like, can we talk a little bit more about that part? As,
I
mean,
yeah, I
as
think
interview juice gets
currently
down.
drinking a bottle of rum,
we
so
started
count
off
that one.
with Fela Kuti is probably the part of our influence, but like we've made songs where we'll just throw a song up on the stereo here and we'll be playing a Stevie Wonder jam and we just start playing along with it, and then eventually the jam takes a turn and now it's a song. And so the influences come from everywhere, and we share music with each other. As we were talking about our group chat, which is incredibly childish, and a lot of
Makes our
fart
wives
poop
insane.
jokes,
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
and but
Incredibly honest.
a lot of great music being shared as well.
Nice save.
Yeah. I think the common denominator though is just whatever's inspiring us
Yeah.
at that moment. It could be whatever each one of us is really kind of connecting with. We kind of bring it, and we're all able to kind of relate to it in our own ways. So it's pretty cool in that sense.
And so, for not serious question, what's the name of the group chat? Is it Pangea or is it something?
It's called Pangea World Domination.
I mean, we're talking about a 5-year plan, so I feel like you need a vision for it. at that point.
Chris named it,
that's
and
our
it's
vision
working.
board.
We
Yeah.
really only have a
Pangea
5-year
world
plan. 'cause we have
domination.
too
Okay, I
many
need to get a
songs.
photo of that.
legit. It's legit.
Listen, I believed you. I trusted all of you. I didn't assume you'd lie. So speaking about listening to songs and being able to pull influences and jamming out, this seems like a pretty open group in terms of like being able to show influences and what you guys are a fan of. Are there any guilty pleasures or like any songs that you're all like, but you're willing to like?
Will's got one.
Yeah?
I got a lot of.
Will's got a couple.
Air it out. What
A
you
lot
got?
of, I mean, Rihanna.
Oh.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's guilty, but one of my not guilty pleasures is Steely Dan.
Oh, yeah.
I will say I don't like them.
He's a Dan man.
I'm not a Dan
Yeah.
man.
It's really
I don't like. I
important,
think they're
man.
great studio musicians, but they're Their music just has no soul for me. So
Shots fired, Fagin.
shots fired.
I mean,
Yeah.
Steely Dan's
Come at me,
listening.
Steely Dan. Come at me.
I mean, one of them's dead.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
mean,
kinda-
as far as like some of the current stuff, Nick and I
Yeah.
this summer in June we went to New York City and we saw a guitar player from Africa, Niger.
Yeah.
His name is Bambino, and he plays like Sahara rock guitar, and it's kind of some of the new stuff that I've been influenced. This is someone I've worked with and met, and he's just like amazing on
What a
all that like
storyteller.
kind of like rock stuff, and he, it's very political, moving music from what's going on over there. But
And the supporting
just-
act was nuts too. A
he-
Trandelaire. They were crazy.
yeah, it's all
like
just that
so
fast,
loud,
very
dude.
guitar riffy. Yeah, it's cool. So some of the new stuff, that we played for you is sort of that. But
And I've been listening, obviously, to a lot of music from the Congo.
Yeah.
There's this band here. I'm gonna butcher the name, but there's like in
He
my.
said guilty pleasures. You
Extra
guys are
music.
I
putting
mean,
out
yeah,
guilty
like,
pleasures
it's
on.
very quickly.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sorry. I've been listening to a lot
Britney
of Harry
Spears, like
Styles.
what?
Okay.
I mean,
There you go.
Are you doing
I love Ed Sheeran.
Nouvelle Horizon.
I
and
love
Harry
Ed Sheeran.
Styles. Yeah.
Ed Sheeran all the way.
Ed Sheeran?
Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran.
I love his hair.
is
His
it
ginger
Moise?
hair.
Is it Moise the Wing?
But I mean, there's always something
Yeah.
beautiful in every artist.
Yeah.
That there's no no dig on any of those for sure.
Yeah.
Even Justin Bieber.
Even the Beeps.
So what's
Just love.
what's everyone's favorite Justin Bieber song then?
California or what up? Whatever that.
I like
I got
the-
my weed from California.
What was that song? The FU or something? Like telling because somebody.
Oh,
F
the like
Go fuck
the
yourself?
the
Go
song,
fuck yourself. Yeah, that's
the
it.
Ed Sheeran
Selena
co-wrote
Gomez
that one.
song. Yeah.
See, look at
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Boom,
Guil-
we
It's a
connected.
guilty pleasure.
You and me.
So-
Sheeran and Bieber.
So what you're
Let's do it.
saying, the only thing I should put in this podcast is that Pangea is a mass are believers.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I should
absolutely.
put
Yeah.
out there.
100%.
Swifties,
thumbnail.
believers,
That's
What do they call the Sheeran people?
It's like
Joe Bros.
I really
You
love
know?
Owl City.
Oh,
Sheer
Oh, that's
terror.
fun.
Owl City's
Just-
amazing.
The
Yeah,
music
I get
is
it.
just like made in a dentist's office, and it's so clean. And it's like, how is everything's
Owl
perfect?
City, he busted out. That's an obscure one, man.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Like he had like some random song trend on TikTok. Like I forgot what it was, but he's like yelling in that song.
Really?
Like
I just
I'll play it after we do all this, but it's not what you would expect
Okay.
from Owl City at all. If you're expecting kind of like dentist like waiting room kind of nice clean, it's like dramatic. There's strings. I can't. I can't describe. I swear.
That's
like,
what money will
I'm
do.
getting
point, it's like
concerned. Looks
movie
everyone's like,
soundtrack.
"Are you sure we're talking about Owl City?" But I swear.
That's like
He
a
did
whole
Wreck-It Ralph.
subgenre
So
now,
did the
right?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Your guilty pleasures, Al.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I have like I have worse guilty pleasures. I think I got Ali and AJ. Like I got Disney. I got like Disney Channel like
Okay.
music. Like I
got kids, so you know.
I can
get that.
embarrass myself, but I'm not going to.
Me and Moana are tight, dude.
Moana.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What song though?
What song?
Like what are you feeling? Like I feel like you're welcome. No, Shiny is my jam.
Oh,
Shiny's
I
a
mean,
real
well,
good
it's
one.
because it's
yeah, big ass crab guy.
oh, Nick and I just
that's
went to a Disney
Jermaine
bingo.
though. It's
Yeah,
because he's so
I am
funny,
feeling
dude.
very old right now.
I apologize. Listen, I didn't prep you all to be like, listen, I am in my 20s.
No, it's okay.
And so I feel like we're kind of leaning towards this point where and I heard you're working on getting some covers in some sets upcoming. So you're working on some covers to set, not consistently,
We do covers,
but
we do covers that you don't know are covers typically, and we were asked to do popular covers because we're going to be doing like this after party after Porch Fest in Black Rock, Connecticut. Y'all got
On August 24th.
Yeah.
August 24th.
Everyone
We're
opens
playing
their
at 4
homes
o'clock
and their
at
hearts.
58 Woodland Avenue.
It's gonna be a party, y'all.
Huge block party.
But then we're doing the
whole
after
neighborhood.
party.
Yeah.
And they're asking us to do popular cover songs. So we tried to be as popular as we possibly could be with our covers. And
And
we
we
are
came out-
doing
yes.
Rihanna, We Found Love in a Hopeless Place. Great song.
We need to go back to the 80s a little
Back
bit.
to the 80s.
Daft Punk, Get Lucky.
Daft Punk, Get Lucky. Al Green.
Al Green.
Mavis Staples came out with a
Mavis
new
Staples.
song.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really cool.
I really?
It's called Worthy. Just check
Yeah,
it
check
out.
it out.
It's
Beautiful,
great.
I put down Attention by Charlie Puth.
Okay.
So what's the
That one's
process
gonna get
like?
fixed.
Sabrina
I know,
Carpenter,
it's-
Charlie Puth, The Meters,
up.
Cool in the Gang, Rihanna, Childish Gambino, Mavis Staples,
Oh, look
P
at 'em.
Funk, and
Cool in
Daft
the
Punk.
gang.
So was it everyone just kind of throwing songs in a group chat and then
Yeah.
like? So
Yeah.
then how does
We
the-
got desperate.
so then how does the how does the final say? Because if 7 people are throwing songs in, obviously you can't do all of them. How does it end up?
Honestly, on this one, I kind of took just like charge. I was like, we got 2 weeks. There are no wrong answers. Everybody put something in the group chat. We're going to make it to 10, and then we're on the hook because I'm emailing Joey this afternoon. And then I did it, and now Jeff is like, oh, maybe we should do like 5. Maybe we should, like, what is that, dude?
I mean, the
I'm
emails have sent
musically overwhelmed.
You know what's gonna happen though?
I know
Is
it's
set.
we're all
Two
gonna
bands.
we're all gonna end up
bands.
we're all gonna end up on that stage doing Grateful Dead covers. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, I know. This is Black
My
Rock.
dead body.
Yeah.
No
I
way.
will start. I'll start rapping over that shit.
Please do.
And then they'll turn it into
We'll
Grateful
find
Dead
out.
or Steely Dead like they did before.
We were actually
You'll
thinking
have to
about
come to find out.
we're actually thinking about like planting some people in the crowd and like learn 5 covers really well and then have each person call out that cover and they're like, oh, it would be like the jukebox, we never played this before, we'll just wing it and we like play it perfectly, so that we gotta name that tune or something.
That's like,
There you go.
that's like a
The-
Blues
the
Brothers
Pangea
sketch,
post-
dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
But I mean, some asshole's gonna yell "Freebird" out regardless.
And we're going to have to crush
He'll
Freebird.
be
We're
removed.
going to have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be
Expelled from the
freezing
building.
burn out.
We could probably do a sick Freebird.
I would
Let's
be
be
really
honest.
good. Yeah, come on.
Listen,
We should do
I
an
I play a
Afrobeat.
mean G chord.
Afro
Afrobeat
Freebird. dude.
I gotta say,
Freebird.
Yeah.
if I am not in this band, this is not my say. But I mean, hey, if Freebird, it's a popular song.
Everyone
I just get
loves it.
kicked out immediately. It's like I'm like Freebird, maybe.
No.
How
No?
about a Fela Kuti,
Okay.
Hootie and the Blowfish mashup? We'll call it Cootie and the Blowfish.
Cut it out.
That was amazing.
Her on her.
I love that idea. That's happening.
What is it's like rabble 90s rabble blues. It's like them, Spin Doctors, Dave Matthews,
Matchbox
Yeah,
20.
man.
the
Matchbox.
herder.
Matchbox 20
Pearl
is
Jam.
Yeah, dude, they all got like
Third Eye Blind.
they all need tetanus shots, dude. I'm telling you.
I am honestly not proud of how much Rob Thomas Matchbox 20 information I had. I info dumped onto my girlfriend literally, oh, here's all this stuff about Smooth. And halfway through it, I realized I said too much. And so I'm like, oh, this is way more information than anyone should reasonably know off the top of their head without looking at Wikipedia.
Really?
And so, yeah. I feel like I'm just slowly turning into the maybe Rob Thomas.
I
Maybe.
info dump too, and you look like Rob Thomas. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a hot one.
Like 7 inches from the
Midday sun.
midday sun.
I gotta say, I saw him perform live one time, and he performed that song. Baby, it's time to come home. I don't know the name of the title, but he performed it with just him and a guitarist on stage. It was like this acoustic version of it, and it was amazing. And I'm just like, this guy is seriously talented. I got so much respect for him. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I wanna push you around.
There's the flip side, of course.
I mean,
There's always
come on, that was
Pay the bills, man.
that's still on the radio. Everyone loves that tune.
And so
We're gonna
this
push you around.
this is a little bit of a different question, but I feel like we're talking about live performances now. Everyone has like, oh my gosh, what would be the dream venue you'd want to play at? But I want to ask if the 7 of you were able to create a venue, like a music venue, what would you call it and what would you have in it?
Firstly, it would be a giant record room. It would be standing room only.
Yeah,
The
standing room
bar
only.
would be a rum bar specifically.
I think there'd have to be a gumball machine too.
Lots of soft wood tones and bright colors.
Yes.
I gotta say,
And just like little bowls of mushrooms hanging around for everybody.
like
Little
peanuts.
like waiters
Yeah,
going
like
around.
Yeah,
Peanuts,
like just like
you know,
bowls
peanuts
full
on
of
the bar, yeah.
Quaaludes, you know.
Bar snacks. Bar snacks.
Yeah,
and
bar
all.
snack. Yeah, exactly.
I have
And I
to
think it
say
would be
that-
called Guano. Because it's going to be the
Guano
shit.
bar.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah,
That's a
dude,
tagline,
yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
that's really good.
With
When you
pudding.
come in, it's gonna be like a glass door, and there's gonna be like a really awesome like ventilation system.
He's
It's like
thought of
what
this.
you know, and because everyone's gonna smoke inside. We don't give a fuck, dude.
We don't care.
Smoke anything.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put like one of
Anything and
the
everything.
fans in that just like
Smoking
sucks everyone out.
encouraged.
Top the building, dude. I'm telling you.
change right out of your
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah. Hold on to your keys.
Hey,
Yeah.
you don't know where they're gonna go. How long do you think that venue would stay open for?
About
all the rich
about
assholes.
6 hours.
One day.
Till the show is
One
over.
show.
Till the show.
Yeah.
One
is over.
show.
And then there's
It's
an
like-
after party.
That's
Yeah,
all we
yeah.
need. One show.
Like, there's so much benefits to having big arena shows, but there's nothing about like there's no better feeling than being in like a small cramped
Yes.
fucking room
Yes.
band.
Intimacy. Intimacy.
and just having that moment and like just having that level of connection.
Yes.
And so like 7 days a week, like I'll love an arena show, but like put me in a box.
Yeah.
Put me in a box with just like a blown out speaker and we're good. Let's go. Like I one of my favorite venues would have to be Webster Hall.
That's a
That's
good
a good
one.
one.
I like
Okay.
that one.
Like,
My
I
feet
I
get
saw
tired.
the
but
white
it's
stripes
good.
there.
Yeah.
Webster Hall.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I want to avoid the favorite venue question, but we're slowly turning back onto it. And so we mentioned House of Blues, Webster Hall. Are there any other ones you want to call
I'm
out?
really biased, but because I worked at FTC, I like stage one, and we happen to be playing there. Just because the intimacy, Sam, you know, it made me think, you know, and people like that. It's like playing in someone's living room,
Absolutely.
and you're like in the band when
Mhm.
you're watching.
This is
They
an
can be
unofficial
part of
show
it. They can
announcement,
be a
by the
co-
way.
Yes,
Just putting that at that. Yeah, this is. There might be an NDA on this shit. You know, I don't know.
oh yeah.
Still working on the details.
But it's
Anyways,
there. It's gonna
anyways.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like,
it's
uh,
intimacy.
I like Austin's Moody Theater. It's my favorite venue of all time. There's not a bad seat in the house. Sound is amazing. I saw Santana there. I saw Chick Corea there. I saw a bunch of like amazing artists there.
Cool story, man.
I want to play at Charleston, the Poorhouse. I'm pushing that out.
Ah,
I'm putting that out there into the universe.
I think that's
We've
Realistic.
done a couple of shows outside of our world here. We played in Brooklyn. We played in Baltimore and DC and Boston, Rhode Island. We're looking at Charleston, South Carolina right now, possibly doing a couple shows down there. Reached out to somebody from the Poorhouse. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Poorhouse, but it's a small venue, another sort of really intimate space with a bar just sitting there at the back, and the sound in there is amazing, and the people love music. So I'd love to play that spot.
Yeah. Come find us, Poorhouse. Pangea
Poorhouse.
worldbeat.com.
POUR. Y'all hit me up. I sent you an email.
How long ago did you send them that email?
It was a couple weeks ago.
They're gonna hear this.
Yeah, no, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to hear it.
Yeah.
send me the email. I'm just gonna send them the recording of this episode.
Yes,
No
absolutely.
header, nothing.
Absolutely. It's
Do you,
all- it's
do you want me to
coming your
CC
way.
you?
Please do. Yeah. PangeaWorldbeat@gmail.com. Thank you.
I just call it.
So, I left a note for myself to ask this question, and I feel like now that we've gotten to know each other, now is the time. Because I feel like this is going to be an interesting story. What is loose coke?
I can. Well, you want to tell the story?
You made me snort, dude.
So we were in DC. It was a long day playing at the Porch Fest there, and we're going to our respective places. You know, Will graciously got us hooked up with a bunch of various places to stay. All his friends that were putting us up that night. It was very generous, and so okay, so we're late night. We're going to McDonald's, and I'm getting all the guys' orders. I go to the drive-through window.
It's like
and
3 in the morning. There.
yeah,
Like,
it's
that
just
really
like
does happen.
I'm exhausted, and chicken nuggets, fries, with the combo of the Coke, and this is Coke, and I just want a Coke on the side. And they're like saying, "So you want the Coke with the meal or the Coke separate?" And I was just like, "It's loose. It's a loose Coke. It's just on the side. It's a loosey, like you get that one cigarette at the bodega."
Another hilarious moment was we pulled up in the car, and mind you, it's 3 a.m. and the woman at the window, we pull up and she goes, "Hello, ladies," and we just lost it. Mike and I were like, it was just me, George, and Mike in the car.
I
just,
really
like,
maintain
that's-
that McDonald's wasn't real because George was driving and I was like, you know what would be really great right now, McDonald's, and as soon as we fucking looked, there was a McDonald's.
It just appeared.
Right there.
It just
like a
Washington,
it's like
D.C.
Pee Wee Herman's
formed.
Great
It was
Adventure.
just there.
Yeah.
It was really weird. So it was like an oasis, like a mirage.
With loose cokes.
It was a real mirage.
Yes.
Faded
and
into the
ladies that
dimension.
thought we were ladies.
Yeah.
We also
I had
got
no
in
idea
a
I was so
car
feminine.
accident.
I looked so feminine. I had no idea.
She had a loose coat.
Wait, you have a loose Coke?
I think I was wearing too much makeup.
Yeah.
Honestly, knowing you guys, I'm surprised there's not a song named Loose Coke yet.
People
I'm
would get the wrong
surprised too.
impression.
That could be taken a number
Yeah.
of ways.
Like it's all
Yeah.
fine and dandy to talk about mushrooms all the time. We start talking about loose coke. People are like, I don't know, boys.
They're like,
a
this
different
band got
demographic.
scary. I didn't even think about the context of that. I just was like, Coca-Cola.
That's exactly what it was,
Yes.
but I was just so exhausted. I couldn't fathom the word separate or on the side. It just came out loose. You know, the soda, the Coke is just loose. It's a loose Coke.
Don't even put the lid on.
I was
it.
just
Yeah.
don't even put a lid. No straw, no lid, nothing. Just give it to me.
Just need another one, man.
Just put some ice in there, and I'm all set.
You
Give
pull
me
up
a
to the
handful of
drive-through.
soda.
Exactly.
Coke, loose, same
Yeah.
thing.
Pocket full of coke.
For some reason, YouTube is showing me a lot of videos of people messing with folks the nice folks that run drive-throughs, just like throwing cokes at them, just being like mean to drive-through people. Is this when is this became a thing? Like
TikTok.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
TikTok
They
thing.
do it for the views, man.
That's terrible.
Like they
Let me
just
catch you
allow-
doing it. Don't let me
person's
catch you
serving you.
doing it.
Yeah.
Catch a loose Coke.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna catch a loose coat. Yeah,
You don't want
you're gonna get pulled through the window, son. You better
Yeah.
calm down. All right, observation there. I was like, why is this in my algorithm? It's just like so mean. It's like this is not who I am. Like,
TikTok.
I mean,
You watched it a little bit though.
you're watching them, so like it's like okay, you
I
want
know.
them.
The
What the
algorithm,
hell?
the
Yeah.
algorithm is picking it up. So you know, it's like you watch one, they're gonna flood your wall with it.
Yes,
Is it off the algorithm?
against the algorithm.
Against the algorithm.
So it's prank calling an
Pangea
algorithm. Is that
against the algorithm.
Because that's my
Joe
thing.
Pesci.
That's-
So it was a
yeah,
Joe
yeah.
Pesci?
Did you listen to it yet? Oh man.
I could recite it, but there's too many curse words.
Yeah.
yeah,
Now,
don't.
listen, you can
No,
swear
this
as much
is
as you want on this
unfiltered, man.
podcast. Yeah.
Well, we're never gonna outdo Joe Pesci. He's-
That's true.
That's-
That's
that-
right.
but it's definitely worth the listening.
I am so surprised with how much, how less liquid, how much less liquid's in that bottle.
There will be no liquid by the end of this interview.
We
still even we haven't
I
even
have a
had dinner
problem.
yet.
This
It
is dinner.
No, Nick is not drinking it
Yeah,
alone.
you
don't
didn't
worry.
eat.
No.
Yeah.
I had dinner at home.
Well, speaking of dinner, I feel like this is a perfect segue. Nick, I saw that you went to and please pardon me if I butcher this name,
No, let's go.
the Senor School of Music in Syracuse.
Oh, the Setner School of Music.
Is that-
Yeah, we all call it Hogwarts because it's like a castle on the hill. Yeah.
So I went to school upstate, and so I just wanted to ask: have you enlightened these lovely people about the magical world of like Chicken Ricky's?
Oh, no. I was only there for a year, so I don't know Chicken Ricky's.
What?
No, I don't. I
Sounds pretty
should.
cool.
If I did, I might have been too drunk. I'm not gonna lie. That was a mistake. Yeah, going to a big school like that.
What is Chicken Ricky's? I gotta ask.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
you're
Can
on
you
the hook for
enlighten
that
us,
one now. You
Malik?
gotta tell
Yeah,
us.
I can explain it. It's like it's a very like upstate Italian dish where it's just this like
Oh,
tomatoey sauce with like heavy cream, peppers, like
wow.
just like sautéed chicken, hot peppers, sweet peppers too.
You know what? This sounds like
That
some
sounds like
Ohio shit
Scarpiello.
too. Like I'm not gonna
I
lie.
swear.
Yeah, it's that Great Lakes food,
That's
dude.
chicken scarpiello.
Wait, what?
That's-
Chicken scarpiello.
yeah, pretty
That's what
close.
that
Yeah,
is.
What's that like?
Chicken
What's
Ricky.
in
It's the
that?
same
Get
shit
it
that you're
straight.
talking about.
yeah, hot peppers and
peppers.
cream and
You
stuff.
got to go to the Chelsea in Fairfield and have one. Just ask
Yeah.
for chicken scarp.
Chicken
Good.
scarp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was legitimate. So wait, is that like a Connecticut thing, or an Ohio thing? Like, where did that start?
Connecticut
Italian
or
thing.
New York,
Italian
probably. More like New
I would
York
blame
City.
it on New York.
yeah, right. Because
They're
they
like
would
capers
they
in
would have
them, too?
brought city food up to
Yeah.
Rochester,
Yeah.
not the
That's
other
like
way
chicken,
down.
franchise, but
I mean, chicken riggies were an upstate thing that like now like fucking Rachel Ray's posting about like chicken riggy recipes.
Really, dude?
I swear I saw like I was looking it up once and like Rachel Ray has a recipe about this.
You know what? Did they do a lot of out in on Lake Erie? They're eating like Hungarian peppers stuffed with like chili. You ever have that? Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Those, and they bring them to the table at the beginning without you asking for them, like it's normal. And I'm like, what are these hot ass things filled with chili? Like just like bomb in my mouth at the beginning of dinner. Yeah. Sorry. Obviously I've been drinking the rum. Hold up. Where's the cat?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, we
yeah,
made
yeah.
a pledge to
Where's my
finish it by the
manager?
end.
You
of the
lost the cap. I'm your
Right
manager.
over here.
I'm the Clifford driver.
I
You lost
caught
it.
it though. I caught
You
it.
lost the cap. That means you got to finish it.
Nice catch there, Nick.
Cut it
Do
out.
not say that to him.
Yeah.
Really.
Wednesday is not here yet.
Oh, thirsty.
Challenge
Wednesday does
accepted.
not
Yeah.
exist.
You know, honestly, I feel like I have so many notes, and I've just have been vibing just fully off the energy because there's been so many times I've been like, okay, I've got this thread, and no, I don't. Like Mike warned me, he's like, you're not gonna have any things to run out because like we're all just gonna kind of run with it, and it very much has been the case. You have been right about all this. So-
No, we are the party. Don't worry, man.
We are
always-
It's like a big
it's always
family.
gonna
I
be weird
done
things
talk
and
too
fun
much.
stuff.
I mean, like the party is here. I am so happy to be part of the party. I think my next question would be going into recording songs, and once you have like songs recorded and locked in, whenever you're doing a show, there's always the room to improv, play around with it. How do you, as a unit, like balance figuring out, hey, this is a moment where we can play around with something. Let's stick to something that's a little bit more towards a song. How do you find those moments as a group and being able to feel?
That's a very good
Yeah.
question.
Do you not know?
Well, I'm thinking about it.
Take it away. Take it away.
But I'm gonna say we all, like we answered before, we feel each other off very well, and if it feels good, we all go in that direction, and we do a great job just following it wherever it takes us.
Yeah, man. That. And also,
It's pretty organic. It's not preconceived.
yeah.
Can
It's
I
a
say
lot of-
we're not a jam band? I'd like to say that.
Well, that's part of the rule. Okay, here, hold on. There's always room to play around a little bit, but no one's taken like some crazy ass solo that devolves into nothing and is like over 32 measures long. Typically, that's kind of like the song is. We're gonna come back because you're gonna forget what you actually liked about the song otherwise. And like we want to introduce something that's new to people but feels familiar, and has like an earworm attached to it as well. We don't want to lose the earworm.
Yeah.
So all the soloing and everything comes back to like a moment that is gonna make you remember what the song's about.
We like the groove.
Yeah.
We like to stay in it,
Yeah.
and the solos
Yeah.
can take us away from that.
And
we're
a
not
lot of the
interested in that.
songs are like already off the bat, like have a theme
Yeah.
and like a mindset. So, I'm going for this, I'm in the desert. And then I think everybody kind of like envisions that and it comes out of their fingers.
Yeah, we say like this one's the
Yeah.
parade. This one's carnival. This one is the rainforest. This one's the psychedelic puddle. This one's
But,
we really do kind
the-
of choose a setting.
yeah.
I didn't
It's like
actually
a
realize
landscape.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. This band is almost just like a blank canvas.
Well, we're Pangea.
Pangea,
Yeah.
blank
We're the
canvas, and it turns
landscape.
into groove tapestry.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And
Stop.
to
we
tie
go.
it back in. Speaking of that, in that interview, you guys said that it would be tapestries on your merch store, and they currently
I
are
said
not.
that. I said
What's
that.
going on?
We're working on that.
We're working
So
on it.
here's
We're beta testing
here's
that.
a quick just comment about where we're at in the moment, merch wise. Just because we're Pangea, right? We might not be Pangea forever. That's a hint. We're having a hard time. with
We're
this
having
right now.
we're
There's
having
a lot
a
of
crisis of
Pangeas
self.
out there, and our identity is feeling a little
Infringed upon.
yeah infringed.
And I heard potential options for new identities? I mean, if that road happened, I mean, I want to ask, what are you guys looking for in terms of that new identity for Pangea? I feel like I'm being very vague, but I feel like,
Like uniqueness.
I don't feel like we
Yeah.
need necessarily a new identity. We just need a new name.
Fair.
And honestly, like our identity is evolving as we continue to play together. The music is the music, regardless of who we're called.
And we'll always be
At the end of the day, we are Pangea
we make
Productions.
Pangea.
Yeah,
There's 7
we are
of us.
Pangea Productions. Our first album is named Pangea, but this is who we are, and regardless of what you put in front of us, it doesn't
It's
change.
just gonna get better.
It's just gonna get better.
honestly, it's just like a super mega big Voltron.
Yeah.
Like the best way to describe it. It's like
We're a
a,
mecha
That's a
dude.
good choice
it's a.
of words. I think I might have said that the last interview.
I'm here to
You wanted
take.
the 80s? You got the 80s. There you go. Voltron. You were asking about the 80s, man? He
know
pulled out
about
Voltron.
Voltron?
We're in the 80s now, baby.
I could pull out He-Man,
Yes. G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe,
Masters of the Universe. Fuck, hell yeah.
Transformers.
Love it when a plan
My
comes
man.
together.
You want
You guys,
So wait,
keep
that's
talking. I'm
Monday.
feeling young now. Oh my god.
So the rest, like, it just devolves into 80s references. So, kind of talking about Pangea, like the music being the music, and like the identity always being the same. Weird question. We like to drink, as I very clearly see, where I don't know where the rum
Whoops.
is at all.
Yeah.
You brought
what
the right
would a
drink.
Pangea drink be called? Like an alcoholic.
Beer rib.
Rum. Oh yeah, the beer rib.
Beer rib.
Brooklyn Bowl.
Yeah.
Store.
Shout out Brooklyn Bowl. We
You
invented the
created
beer
what's
rib.
called the beer rib. You want to explain it to us?
I did this thing where I drank a bunch of pints and then I dropped my food into one, and damn, was it tasty! It was like I had a pepper beer and I had like a juicy rib, and we called it the beer rib, and the rest is history. You know, we loved it. They all ate from the beer rib. I'm gonna tell you, we passed it around.
our ribs in our beers, just
like
started
dunking
That's
it
what we do now.
cookies.
We put
Yeah.
ribs in our beer.
Yeah, we asked for a loose beer rib.
Loose Coke and
We
a
hit
loose
the
beer rib.
drive-thru.
On top of a tapestry.
Yeah, callbacks. There you go.
I can see
So,
the.
yeah,
Shit in your beer. Come
The
hang out with
tapestry's
us.
coming. We're
I
gonna
can
get
see
you a
the chemistry.
tapestry, my
I-
friend.
We'll take it. Yeah. So
It's gonna be one.
as we've been on this journey, we're slowly starting to wrap up because I don't want to take up your whole entire rehearsal with me asking silly questions. I have a few questions I kind of ask. Oh, I mean, you can keep going. We got time.
No. I'm sorry. Like you handed me a bottle of rum. It's like, what are we going to rehearse
Yeah,
after
give me
this?
one.
Like, what's going on right now? Like,
We might have
Oh
some
my
beer
Lord.
ribs after
Yeah.
this.
Listen, I
Have
will
some
go
pirate
home
chicken.
and try a beer rib, and I'll report back.
Yes.
You have to
My
go,
manager
you have
is
to go
looking
to
at me,
Brooklyn Bowl.
not amused.
She approves. She approves.
So I have a few questions I typically ask everybody and whoever comes on the show. One of them is going to be an interesting one because I feel like I've for
Thank God for the carpet.
get your head in the game.
who wants to explain to the audience at home what just happened?
I threw a
Threw
bottle
the
of rum
rum
at
like a
Sam. He
football.
wasn't ready. That's what happened.
No, I wasn't ready. I just
Well-
came off.
The way you said it made it seem like it was a little bit more malicious, though. You're like, It was-
Okay, no. It was an underhanded toss, and it
Totally
fell
underhanded.
like a sad baby. Yeah.
It bounced like one.
It bounced like a sad.
We did it.
Stop that.
It was either that or the drum, and I wasn't gonna let the drum fall.
And the drums looking nice and unscathed.
Yeah.
So I have a few questions I ask generally everybody. One's going to be interesting because I've never asked it to this many people at the same time. So we're either going to see how well it turns out. But the first one is my podcast is very New Yorky in terms of just like I've talked to a lot of guests from New York. People know New York. What's your go-to bodega order or
Oh,
deli order?
Chopped cheese.
Chopped cheese?
Chopped cheese.
There we go.
No, you
Done.
go. No, that's a good one.
Like an eighth of weed.
What bodega are you going to get that? Like,
One of them?
It's on Central Ave in Bridgeport. I know. Where you're
I just
exactly where you're going.
I just grabbed that 75 cent can of cat food, I say, put this on the griddle for me, baby.
He wants it Aki style.
Yeah, I want
Put it on
that
a
kitty
cinnamon
yum
bun.
yum.
They had
Yeah,
a place,
the one with the Korean writing on it, babe. You know.
Never, never, never.
I'm not from here, so I don't even know what language you guys are speaking.
Yeah.
I have
So
no idea
Midwest,
what's
too.
happening.
There's this dude on
You
TikTok.
gotta call it. What do you call it
And
out
people
there?
bring 'em, like,
a
random
hero or
shit.
something.
Oh, yeah.
Something like
Brings,
that.
Like a
give me
hero.
a cheeseburger
Yeah.
on two Pop
I'm
Tarts.
a Philly
messed up.
steak guy.
And he
Like,
does.
give me
I would
that
agree with that
with
one.
some hot peppers on it instead of the sweet ones, or in addition to the sweet ones. And you know, there's like a
The
a crappy
Krausers,
little
not
Krausers down the
It's
road,
not bad.
which is like it's like
They
the
do a
old
good
Wawa's
cheesesteak.
turned into Krausers, and they just
They
make
got those
chili
cheesesteak
cheesesteaks at
cheese,
3 in the morning, and they're phenomenal.
Yeah, dude. They're
So,
the babies
I
I
recommend.
recommend. Away.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, there's some
that's-
gems down
I'm
the
Wawa
down
trash
with that.
baby.
Right there.
Krauser.
Wawa trash baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's
Yeah.
called.
You
It's
You go to
called the
La
Wawa Trash
Talavera
Baby.
and you get the giant avocados. Chris told me about them. They're just
Oh yeah, it's like
massive. It's like they're right behind. Yeah, that
The
little
football avocados. Yeah.
Talavera. Yep.
Haas.
it's like Abuela brought it back and said
Yeah.
like I want it bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Not big
I
enough.
want it big. I want it bigger.
Does
Yeah,
it bounce
not
like
big
a
enough.
sad baby?
I got a lot of mouths to feed.
Not
with this
good
thing.
enough.
and it's really green and hard.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, how long are you gonna keep that?
Until
You
it
know?
gets
when
brown.
when is it gonna be ready? You know?
It's a
The
century
guacamole is
long
turning
avocado.
brown.
Yeah, the guacamole's turning brown, son. Yeah.
Ripens once a century.
That was another callback. We had that gig in Baltimore. I did this whole bit about the guacamole going bad on stage, and everyone
we were-
almost stopped playing. They
we're really
couldn't like
concerned.
handle it.
I like to say that night I was like, you know, just drifting off to bed, and I replayed that whole thing, and I just literally was like, I laughed all over again because it was just so perfectly random. It's just like announcing. It's like such an important announcement. Somebody eat the guacamole, guys. It's
Yeah.
turning brown. It's almost like you were ordering them to do it.
Yeah.
Nick is always good for something weird and into the mic at every gig, just about.
What's the weirdest thing you said? In,
I
All
think
right,
so
Mike.
the
Fourth
Park
of
City-
July
Oh.
was the peak.
No.
What was that? What was that?
No, no,
washing.
the
Park
foot
City.
wash.
There's so many.
Foot
There's-
washing?
Wash. Yes, hippie
We
foot
played
wash.
4th of July. We played a block party in Stratford, and it was just wild. And there was like, it was like 4 houses in a row, block party or whatever, and they, like, porta potty, and it was all this like DIY stuff. And there was like a DIY outdoor sink, like big stainless steel. You could like wash your feet in there if you really
Yeah.
needed
Well,
to.
that's-
So Nick called it the foot wash station.
I said,
Hippie foot wash.
Prompted that the
Said,
hippies
get
use
all
it.
the hippie girls out there, go get your foot washed in the foot wash station.
Ain't nobody
I
want
think
that.
it was.
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit. I think you're not remembering it correctly. I think he asked the audience if there were any hippies in the audience.
Yeah.
And he said, because we have a foot washing station.
Ah.
yeah. Are there any foot washes to the left? There's that one. What else I say? Y'all gotta remember what I say because
we
it's just.
played a song
one.
Budo Groove that we
Oh
have,
yeah.
and it's kind of like the Middle Eastern sound, and we crushed it. We finished playing it, and Nick just yells out, That's a song you eat some pita bread to, everybody. Get some tzatziki sauce and some pita bread.
My absolute favorite was Park City, the album release. We were playing It's a Bop, and he goes, everybody, you can sing along to it. The lyrics are,
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I honestly, it's just me trying to make them laugh. It isn't about the audience.
It works.
It's about trying
It's like
to
improv.
fuck them up. Yeah.
For me.
like you always are trying. Like it's like SNL where like people are always trying to get the other person to
The
break.
yeah.
Like you're well in the machine. You know what's going on, but like you just want to have that moment where it's like you want to see like someone fuck up or trip up.
We're playing these like 16 bar solos like they're clockwork. Like everyone knows the form in the back of their head. I'm gonna try and say something that's gonna fuck you up. like
We always try to get
It's
George
gonna
in
be
front of
fun.
Gentlemen. There's this long horn solo in the front of Gentlemen
Yeah.
from Fela Kuti. And George is like ripping on this thing. And we're all like yelling shit out in between to try and make him laugh. We haven't gotten you yet, but it's coming.
got me in rehearsal a few times.
I get you in rehearsal.
You get me in rehearsal.
Yeah.
Like loose coke doesn't work.
You just fucked it up.
Loose
Malik.
coke.
I know.
Yeah.
It works here
think
because
that
we
would
can yell
that
at
would
was
make
holding
a
on to that
perfect
one. Yeah.
new bar drink.
Yeah, dude, Malik, you're full of good ideas, dude.
What is a loose
Yeah.
coke?
I
Whatever
mean,
you
like,
put in
that's
the
what I'm here
coke.
for.
Yeah, whatever
I'm
you
here to
choose.
like drop a bunch
That's
of
it.
ideas and leave.
That's it. It's a loose coke.
Should I ask the
That's gonna be
animal
our signature
question
drink.
or
Yeah.
the ape?
Ask them all.
So, typically, okay, I'll ask it. So, because I take up the living room typically when I do this podcast, I let my girlfriend Alex ask a question. And so this time, she wants me to ask all of you. This is gonna, okay, we'll see how it goes. How many 8-year-olds could you fight?
All of them. Just like send them at me, dude.
I actually fight one every day at home. My son-
That's real.
head first, full speed across the house.
No, like he'll just
It's
like
I have to fend for myself.
I've seen him. He comes in. He's
How many
he's like
8-year-olds?
bad like Juggernaut style. Dude,
He
like,
starts running. He can't
like
stop.
forehead first.
Yeah.
Like this is a soccer game.
That's what he does.
Yeah, dude. I
Gotta be
can't
ready.
imagine being you.
You gotta be ready, man.
I'm a clothesline machine. I'll take those little
I
pumps
know,
out.
dude. He's
So,
6
I'll
foot.
just keep running back and forth.
Dude, this one time
Just
he
wiping
came
them out.
out.
I'll do the sprinkler.
Honestly,
Use them as weapons.
Use them as weapons.
Yeah.
Beat each other.
I like to-
Nunchucking
yeah,
8-year-olds, dude.
Yeah.
I like to ask everybody this question because I think everybody subconsciously has it in their mind. And I
Yeah.
asked somebody once, and she looked at me with a dead face and said, "I would just turn them against each other."
That's
She's
That's
the
dark.
genius, dude. Yeah.
That is
Shit,
That's
man.
evil.
honestly,
Yeah.
something that changes this question dramatically is if you're thinking in your head individually or if Pangea the group is like Resident Evil, like fighting a bunch.
yeah.
Like
Like all back to back with
Yeah.
different like weapons
Yeah,
in our
like the
cache.
I don't know if
Do
that
the kids
increases
have
or
one?
decreases your odds.
because we're gonna be trying to make each other laugh the entire time and probably get
And
our
we'll
ass beat.
laugh when
Wait,
Chris
kick
gets
the- hitting
eaten
the
first.
balls or
Yeah.
something.
I don't want to get eaten.
You gonna get eaten by the 8-year-olds.
I will
dude.
say,
They're
8-year-olds.
not interested in fighting you. They're just gonna hit you in the balls. They
Yeah.
know.
Well, no,
They know
actually,
what's
Will,
up.
I think you're wrong. With Fortnite, dude, these kids are legit stacked with skills that are like bust a cap in your ass. skills. I'm telling you,
Listen,
skibbity.
he said he had weapons.
it's totally
I think
cap.
an important thing to ask is like, where are these 8-year-olds from? Are they
Yeah.
from like America, where they're all
They're
like?
from
they're from
Canarsie. They're from
Bridgeport.
Canarsie, Brooklyn. Yeah, Bridgeport.
They're from
I was gonna say,
Bridgeport.
they're all
We're
like-
fucked.
They're all fucking
We're
carnies. Coney Island, dude. They walk there every morning.
They walk there, they get a bacon, egg, and cheese every day. They say dead ass.
Black coffee.
That's their only sustenance.
Big ass black coffee too.
Yeah.
Just Dell's lemonade. They just like fucking go nuts, dude.
It's good. We just had some.
Newports and a corn
So-
dog.
So we're making jokes, but no one's saying a quantifiable number. No one's dropped a number yet.
Oh, I get
I'd
eaten
say 7,
immediately.
I'm gonna say
10 each.
2.
Yeah, 2 is a good
I'm gonna
number.
have to say none. I'm gonna just have to say none, man.
I'm so sorry. There's no wrong answer except for that. That's the wrong answer.
Chris is a pacifist. He's from the Midwest. So
He has.
I'm too
in
nice.
Chris only
Indiana,
fights
they don't do
9-year-olds.
these things.
Yeah, I was about to say he's got tweens at
blushing
home,
right
dude.
now.
He remembers when they
I
were
say
8.
I say 2 because I
that
had
shit's
2
rough,
sons
dude.
that were 8 years old at the same time.
They're mean.
Now they're 30 years.
You had training.
Yeah, I had
They're observant.
Oh, no,
He's-
no.
You
Yeah.
know.
now they're 30 years old at the same time. Yeah, now it's kind of like it's easier actually.
Honestly, I don't think I'd take out any of them. My drunk ass, I just like lay down and like yeah,
That's what my head.
Yeah.
You're like Gulliver's Travel. They're just fucking.
Honestly, I
down.
feel like that's
Yeah,
worse.
taking a nap.
I'll tie me down.
I'm just really tired, kids.
Well, think about it is if an
Your
8-year-old thinks
father
you're
doesn't
dead,
have dinner.
that's just pure free reign for absolute chaos.
Yeah.
I feel like you will get it worse if they think you're dead.
That's true. Yeah.
You're not
They're gonna
wrong,
wanna
but
mutilate you.
I'm lazy.
Like when you were an 8-year-old, imagine how many times you're like, what does this do? Like, yeah, they're gonna
God,
kick
no,
you, like,
you're
just gonna
right. You're
poke,
right.
poke, kick.
Oh.
Like you're gonna go through it.
They're gonna like needle all my little spots, dude, like between my fingers and stuff, dude. I know. They get the colored pencils out and they just start like, you know.
Honestly, like I feel like what they would do is they'd walk up to you and put like a pinky up in your nose.
Yeah.
Like,
Where are the kidneys?
Yeah, dude, lots of wet
Where are the
willies.
kidneys?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him with a wiffle ball bat. Made in Shelton.
I had an 8-year-old kid hit me with a wiffle bat one time.
how hard did it hurt?
It hurt.
Oh, you know what I don't. You know what I do?
Those wiffle bats they're made to hurt. They're so thin and hard. Yeah, they're hard to
They
plastic.
cut through the wind and they slap.
Yeah,
That's what it is. It's that slap
I'm
against
almost
the skin.
more afraid of a wiffle bat than a wooden bat. You know.
Oh, what?
I think I'm more afraid of a wiffle bat than a wooden bat because
Well, it's because you're actually gonna get hit with a wiffle bat.
Yeah.
multiple times too. You know?
You get hit with a wooden bat, dude. That's
It's like
like
an
With a
axe.
wiffle ball bat, so. Y'all don't know that Beastie Boys lyric?
I'm not cool, dude.
We
I'm
old.
sorry.
Ooh.
Good.
I did it like this. I
Was
did
that
it
like,
that. I
5
hit it
minutes?
With a wiffle ball bat.
Sorry, I thought that was like crickets. Like that was
It
like
was.
the like we
It was
were
a, it was a fail.
like wrap it up.
Oh
You
no,
know,
I was doing crickets because
Failed
no one else
joke.
like
Like some-
was,
no one got it.
no one was with you, so
one
that's why I
got
did it.
I feel sad.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, guys.
It's all right. Somebody at home's laughing.
And that's what mattered.
Pass me that boom boom. You know, Lil Wayne did something really good with this.
Wait, Lil Wayne?
Yeah, you didn't realize this?
No.
This is Dan Aykroyd made some Crystal Skull. Lil Wayne made something that tastes good.
Yeah.
You know, like
Got some Lil Wayne grub.
this is good.
That tastes like cupcakes.
It's scissor.
It does taste like banana cupcakes.
I've never had it. So like after the interview, I'll take a sip.
Please do.
We had our mouths
Yeah,
all
save
over
some
it now,
banana
dude.
Listen, communal. I'm totally. I'll bathe in it.
It's clean and it burned.
Well, it's alcoholic, so like.
Yeah,
Dude, don't put that under your pits, dude. Oh yeah, here you go.
So, this last question, this is one where I was like, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. For every guest I have on the podcast, I want to do this cool thing where I have like a little mixtape of just songs to like represent like each guest and like saying like, hey, like, and everyone gets to make a mixtape at the end of the season of a bunch of songs from a bunch of different guests. So I am posing the question to the group. You guys can handle it however you want. What do you want the song to be on the Against the Algorithm mixtape?
I just want it to be all Pangea songs. Let's just be honest.
Just like
Straight
the entire Pangea,
yeah, just the whole catalog.
the whole first album. Just boom.
I mean, yeah, dude.
The
But
wolf.
what I listen to every morning is wild. You know, there's a song from that band I was talking about, Extra Musica Nouvelle, who was Horizon, called Cha Locolo. And that shit has got like a million views on Spotify. And it's crazy, dude. I'm just like driving to work like Cha Locolo, a Cha Locolo, a Cha Locolo, a Cha Locolo. Like put that on the playlist. You guys are gonna get lit up. I'm serious.
Who's the artist?
Extra no, sorry. Oh my god, it's so long.
Honestly, yeah, like I'm feeling in a good mood. For, like, should everyone get their own individual pick, or do we all want it to be a community?
Extra Musica Nouvelle, Horizon.
No, we all need a pick.
Yeah, like everyone gets
stuck in
a
my-
everyone
Alright.
gets a cut.
Here's mine, Malik. It's "Walk Through Fire" by Yanis and the Yaw.
That's good.
Tony Allen's on the drums. He's the Fela's original drummer.
Sick.
Yeah, it's
That was a
really
good
cool
album.
tune. It's really cool. I've been digging it this summer. It's my anthem. This
Good
summer.
choice there. So we got you. Mike.
I'm gonna go with "Let's Start" by Fela Kuti and Ginger Baker. Got some killer horns.
Nice.
I'd like to add the whole 20-minute live album that Glass Beams does, because they put that in the group chat, and I just been listening to that like all day, like morning, afternoon, night. It just like really helps to center me. I got 8-month-old at the house, so it's like, I don't get a lot of sleep, and so that just like kind of helps to put me in this like meditative state where I can just do anything. I forget the name of the album, but the band is called Glass Beams. They wear these awesome crystal masks when they play, but they
They're
can't
from
see.
Australia.
Australia. They're kind of like the
You're
Crumbin of
entering that
Australia.
state right now, dude.
I, as a guitar player, it's like all guitar music. I think they're just a trio: drums, bass, guitar, and it's just all that like
Twangy
picking,
hammer-ons and stuff.
twangy,
Melbourne. A lot of
very,
cool
like,
shit comes from
kind
Australia.
of like all. It's like almost like I love this band. Well, anything that's like guitar heavy, but it's like the Anatolian '60s rock from Turkey.
Yeah.
And it's this band called Altan Goon, and they're just so great. Yeah, they're like actually a couple years ago they were a Grammy nominated for one of their albums. I found them through an old bandmate, but they also played on KEXP radio out of Seattle, Washington, where I find a lot of these like, you know, kind of unique artists that like aren't very main. You know, they're not top 40, but they're very. I like the just bands and artists that are just really creative in their own way. You know, but yeah, Glass Beam stuff is great.
Alton Goon is cool.
Alton Goon. A couple weeks ago, I went through a phase of glass beams. I think I did like 2-3 days of just like only glass beams.
That we're like that,
It's like-
dude. Yeah.
I gotta soak it in.
Gotta hyperfixate for a little while.
Nothing
That's-
wrong with hyperfixation.
Yeah.
That's part of the band though. Is like we always got to be it's like a musicology experiment. We're just always trying to listen to something new and bring it, you know? I'm getting in the way.
It's okay. It's
All
okay.
right, thanks.
I'm gonna say
okay, Nick.
Harvest Time by Pharoah Sanders.
Hell yeah.
And it's like a 20-minute song. And if you have a nice long ride to take, it's just very meditative. It takes you to a lot of different places. I took this dude out of his body one day. I just played it
It was
on
pretty amazing. It's a really
played
good
it on
tune.
I have an old 1962 turntable, Empire turntable, and this album. So it's funny. The album Pharaoh came out back in like I think it was like 70, sometime between 71 and 73.
So you
And
put
Pharoah
Chris in a
Sanders
time
was
machine.
not happy about the way it was recorded. It sounded like shit, and he didn't even want to release it. But it came out, and then nobody paid any attention to it. And somebody recently came to him and was like, "I want to remaster this. I want to redo it and make it what you want it to be." And Pharaoh agreed finally, and they put the album out last year. And it's just like Harvest Time. It's unfreaking believable. It's unbelievable. And what's that?
Sorry. Jeff texted me.
Oh, all right, they're
Is that the
texting
thing
over
that I sent to the group?
But
I said,
anyway,
I'm gonna
it
blast
came
that.
out. It has like there's like a little box set. It's got a couple of albums. It's got like 2 live versions on the new album, and a book and everything along with it. But if you got a long ride home tonight, throw it on. Listen
Oh,
to
we
it.
do.
Play
It's
Harvest Time,
It's
and you'll be
dope.
quite. You'll be grateful.
What year is that? What year is that?
The album?
Yeah,
I think it was like 1971 or
71,
73,
okay.
one of those.
those were very good
I just
years.
got that Leon Thomas record with Pharoah Sanders. That slaps, dude.
Yeah.
He's nuts. Like,
He is.
yeah.
And Alice Coltrane plays. I think she's playing the Shruti box.
That's who someone we
Oh,
all
yeah.
have to go and see. By
Yeah.
the way, guys, is Alice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been listening to her a lot. Yeah.
So,
Bring it home.
I am a big Ruben Blades fan. I grew up not listening to salsa and Latin rhythms. But when I did discover him, Latin rhythms, he was the first person that really touched me. So there's a song called Caminando, which means walk on. It's a very positive song that talks about moving forward all the time. And there's a lot of songs from Ruben Blades that are inspirational to me. I can't. It's the list goes on and on. I mean, he is regarded as the Billy Joel of Latin music. And so yes. So this man has really inspired me to do what I do. And ironically, some of the best percussion players that I see as my favorite ones have played for him as well. So I would say yes. That's Mr. Ruben Blades.
Nice.
Honestly, that was the perfect way to kind of round it out and close out this journey. So all of you, thank you so much for such
Thank you,
cool
Malik.
recommendations, and I have a lot to catch up on this playlist. Fucking doubled in one session, but guys,
This was
this
fun.
was an adventure,
This was
and
really
a journey,
fun.
and I am so happy to have been on this ride with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
We
for
appreciate you, Malik.
letting me into your rehearsal, and thank you so for letting me into being, and thank you so much for letting me be here. And I'm so excited to see what you guys have coming in store.
We are grateful. Thank you for your energy.
Yeah, this is
and
awesome.
The opportunity to come
Yeah.
hang with
Thank
you.
you so much.
Really appreciate it.
Thank
Much
you
appreciated.
for coming all the way from Brooklyn to Bridgeport.
Hell
like
yeah.
that's the whole
Yeah.
thing,
We love
dude.
you.
For
Yeah.
real.
I mean,
Different worlds.
fucking anytime. We'll do
Yeah.
it anytime for you guys.
Hell
We have
Yeah.
an open
Nice.
door
Yeah.
policy.
All right.
Yeah.
You're always welcome at the nest.
Yeah. Hell
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Anytime.
We're,
Yeah,
we're
bring
try-
us to
hey,
Brooklyn, please.
Yeah, hook us up in Brooklyn. Bro.
We're in
Like,
Bridgeport,
We're trying to get
you
some
know?
shows in Brooklyn.
I actually
We're
asked
looking at
where you guys live.
roulette.
You were saying
Yep.
it's northern Manhattan, technically.
Inwood. It's like the very tippy top of Manhattan. I
do you
grew
have
up in
live
Brooklyn.
music near
Okay.
you?
What?
Do you have live music in your neighborhood?
Like, I can probably Harlem.
I would say the closest is probably the Apollo in Harlem.
No, there's,
Oh,
there's
huh.
Really?
jazz venues and like.
Nah, there's a bunch
We
of.
just haven't looked in Harlem a lot, but like, there's gotta be venues.
Yeah.
We are actually kind of talking about coming and seeing Michelle Matano for I want to go
Yeah.
to that,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
What date is that?
That's
It's-
the 31st.
There's 2 dates. It's
Oh.
Friday the 30th and Saturday the 31st.
Yeah, dude, the Soca
Michelle
King.
Montano
August.
from
Soca
the twin
from Trinidad.
Twin Islands, dude.
No, but
Yeah.
we got his. George is getting married, by the way.
Ooh.
And we're planning his bachelor party. As you,
We're going to Brooklyn that night. Might as well check out that show.
I think we're going to Queens.
Oh, Queens.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I'm going to
Will
Corona.
wants to go to Queens, and
I
I'm
do
saying
wanna go
like,
to Queens.
let's
Yeah.
go
Let's
and
switch to
like,
Brooklyn.
see the Soca
Go to
show,
Brooklyn.
dude.
I-
Like,
whatever you want to do.
Let's hit up all
that's
5
whatever
boroughs.
he wants to do, bud.
The man has
Let's
a
hit up all
song
5.
called
Yeah.
Bottle of Rum. How could we not go?
It's on brand, honestly.
Yes.
He has a whole album that's called The Wedding, dude. Yeah, like it's
All
just.
right,
like,
well,
I'm sorry.
whatever.
It's the whole. He did an wedding album. It's amazing. You got to look it up. Actually, it's
Hell
like
yeah.
starts with a dedication. You'd love it.
Yeah.
Is that the 8th song? Or yeah,
The
as the playlist.
Add it to the playlist.
Add it to the mixtape.
There you go.
we can't stop.
Yeah.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't
I
stop.
have one, just one more, but because the date just happened, but August 10th by Krungbin.
Yeah, it's good.
That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I listened to it all day Saturday.
You're just like, I listen to it a lot, so add it in.
Mark Spear is probably one of the top ones for me.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
good,
Nice.
man.
Wrong man. How do you say their name again?
From
Krungbin.
Krongben.
Krongman.
It's in that album.
Krongben.
If you listen to it,
It means
Krongben.
airplane of some kind of thing.
that's all their Instagram bio is. It means airplane. Not even, that's it.
I mean, okay.
Just means airplane.
And with that,
And with that,
Remember Krang?
Crank from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, I'm gonna get up
Oh,
before. Okay, I gotta stop it now before we're
Good
here
night.
for another 3 hours.
More 80s references.
Tune in next episode.
Yeah, next episode will be like,
next
so
episode.
Krang.
Our cover band, where we dress up like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we call ourselves Krang Band.
Oh my gosh.
You need to do like a Kiss outfit or something.
Dress up like
Yeah, we have to have our own makeup.
you guys ever heard of Max Sabbath?
Yes.
What?
The Grimace.
It's a Black Sabbath
Hamburger.
cover band, but they dress like McDonald's characters.
No.
With,
Dude, it's like
goth
Hamburglar
makeup.
on lead guitar.
It's
I was gonna say, yeah. Who's
That's
the
incredible.
Hamburglar, dude?
Have you heard of Oakley Dokley?
No.
Or Oak-
Oh, the
it's
Ned Flanders.
Yes.
Band? Yeah.
There's one called like White Wine Spritzer. It is nuts.
They go
What?
hard, dude. They
This
go
is like a whole subgenre. I need to get into immediately.
Little- Check out White
We're gonna
Wine
go
Spritzer.
see
It's fucking amazing.
We're gonna say Oakley Dokley and Max
Oakley
Sabbath.
dokley, neighbor.
Stay tuned.
You gotta
folks.
see it. They all have glasses and mustaches, and they're wearing green sweaters. They look
Oh,
exactly like
stop
Ned
it,
Flanders.
dude.
I swear.
To be continued.
To be continued for real.
Continued.
Farewell.
We're gonna come to you next.
And that was my conversation with Pangea. Thank you so much to the band for one, even agreeing to do this interview, and two, for letting me pop in on the rehearsal and getting to see a peek behind the curtain. It was absolutely amazing. I loved all of it. If you want to check out Pangea, they are on all streaming platforms, so pick your poison, stream them, download them, or better yet, buy merch and support local or local-ish. I'm not in Connecticut. Either way, you get the idea. Or if they're in your neck of the woods, please follow them so you can see their tour dates and watch them live. They are just as good as their music is recorded. It is a next level when they're performing it live. So please, if you have the opportunity to see Pangea, do not waste it. Money well spent. All I'll say. But enough about Pangea, back to this show. If you like what you heard here, you can subscribe on whatever podcast platform you listen to right now. Like, you already are here, so it's pretty easy. There's going to be a button that says follow. Just press that. You'll be good. But if following from podcast providers isn't really your thing, you can follow us on Instagram or Twitter. Instagram is going to be Against the Algorithm, or Twitter, ATA_pod. And that'll be your way to be able to find out any new updates, see clips from the show, all that good stuff. So whatever way, if you love the show, please follow one of those options. On top of that, make sure to follow the ATA mixtape to see all these song choices that Pangea had. And then all of our other guests will be updated every time we have brand new episodes. So you get a little bit of moosh-boosh of some cool new music in your inbox. So with all that being said, I'm heading out. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Catch you back here next time. Stay gold.